It's very strange watching Tyson Fury again struggle to, for some reason, negotiate a fight in which he could take on a top-level guy whose name isn't Deontay Wilder. We've seen the challenges he faced to get the deal done with AJ, where magically these fucking deadlines came out of nowhere. Usyk, there's a split argument, yada, yada, yada. Saudi Arabia have point-blank said, we're not interested. AJ is not fighting. It doesn't have that feel that they are looking for. They've gone for Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, and gotten probably more engagement and a better price than that.
Absolutely.
So, what are we thinking? Do we think that Tyson is deliberately stalling? What are the noises?
Absolutely. I think he knows. At this stage in his career, I question how much he really wants to still be in the game. I feel as if, I'm not saying he's on a definite slide, but I think he's losing a little bit of a passion for the sport. And I just think in his mind, the longer he drags this out, I think it's going to be more beneficial to him, because he's proved that he can be out the game for a while and kind of come back. Whereas someone like Usyk, who's been active from his amateur career straight into his pro career, I think that delay will be more beneficial to him. That's just my stamp on it.
Interesting. I think there's definitely some concern about actually beating Usyk. Like, I know to us, he says, oh, he's a middleweight, he's all that stuff, and he does the typical Tyson Fury thing, but there's interviews where he speaks about fighting these smaller, tricky opponents. He knows they're difficult.
I've seen the Joe Rogan one.
That's
when
the
he
one.
said the one that gave me the most hassle was the cruiserweight.
Cunningham.
And what was the other guy as well, the Southpaw?
Well, Cunningham dropped him, and Otto Wallen.
Wallen.
Otto Wallen
Trouble.
bloodied him. So we're talking about one Southpaw who bloodied him, one cruiserweight who dropped him, and you put that together and add some more tricks to the bag, and you got a real tricky Usyk.
Thank you.
And he's better than both of them by, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's that element, but then there's also the money side of things. Like, Fury does portray a man of the people. We're gonna, you're familiar with this.
I'm saying nothing at this point, lad.
Listen, I don't care, man. He does portray this man of the people. Let's do it for free, for freedom and country, and da-da-da-da. But when it comes to the negotiation table, that man is a very shrewd businessman, and he does nothing for free. So the hold-up here is, I'm going to Saudi Arabia, give me what AJ got. Now, if they're not giving him the same energy, he's like, nah, you know what, to hell, like, forget it then. Let's be difficult. Let's not do the fight. I can go to Wembley and take 85% of the share and fight whoever I want, and it's still going to happen. Because Usyk is not going to go to Wembley and give them they're not going to make the same money. Like, let's be real, Fury is a big name, but he's not a pay-per-view guy. Those numbers don't add up. That's why they never reveal.
Fury's pay-per-view against Chisora was in the region of 300,000, allegedly. Just to put that into perspective, KSI did the same in his last fight. So,
Did KSI fight 2 people that night as well?
No, this was KSI's last fight.
I think it's like you touched on earlier. It's like the point in time that we're in at the moment, people are selective of what they're willing to pay for.
Yeah.
And when you've got a guy like Tyson Fury, there's only certain fights people are willing to tune in and pay for.
Not when it's
Jeopardy.
good.
They want Jeopardy.
Hey, guys,
nothing less.
Not when it's good.
Usyk is one of the few fighters who I can legitimately look at and go, he has attributes over you. And for me, every time Fury steps foot in the ring, I'm like, okay, let's take a Dillian White or a Chisora, whoever. He's bigger, stronger, taller, faster, better cardio, better ring IQ. When I look at Usyk, I'd be like, footwork, hand speed. He's a southpaw. He's got tricks. He's got accolades. He's jumped on multiple weight classes. Yeah. Like, there's things about Usyk where I can be like, he's better than you in some areas.
No, I hate to do this, guys. I'm sorry.
What do
that
you disagree with?
Because
in some areas,
we can't play with what Tyson Fury is, guys. We know what we're looking at. Yeah, he'll lay off anything. He's fine, right? The guy can fight. He's a pure fighter. Like even if hate him, say whatever you want to say about his outside of the.
But listen to what he's saying.
Take me to part on
I understand,
my point.
but I'm talking.
My points are there are some attributes.
Yes.
For once in a Tyson Fury fight that you give to the other guy. Rarely happens.
Absolutely. But let's talk about the new Tyson Fury that's got power. Let's talk about the Crunk Gym Tyson Fury. Because when you're talking about AJ, closing the distance, AJ hurt Usyk.
Yeah,
and he didn't finish. We know Fury is a finisher, and Fury's gone in the ring and for what, like, even if we play with Wilder, like, I don't appreciate Fury too much in terms of his outside stuff, but in the ring, Wilder's still knocking out everyone else bar him.
But I think it was
he's a good fighter.
Attributes there, he's got strengths over.
Yeah, I'm not saying that Usyk will win. What I'm saying is, if Fury is stalling, if he's avoiding the fight, Is it because, like, let's make no mistake about it. It's funny how that fucking Dillian White and Chisora fight got made like that.
Absolutely.
But the AJ fight, which is 100% harder, and the Usyk fight, which was 100% harder, isn't getting made easy. If you're looking at Tyson Fury objectively now, even if you're a big fan, you have to look at him and go, well, for some reason, magically, when there's a really tough guy in front of you, you don't make that fight as quick.
And there's no deadlines.
I hear it, guys.
That speaks
but
for
we
itself.
know
There's no argument to that.
we know
There is-
that we know. But what does it look like?
Zero
Though?
argument to.
What does that fight look like? If we picture that fight, we picture Fury fight.
there are
Usyk.
problems.
Who's winning?
Yeah,
that
but
fight?
if you picture AJ, technically is the true heavyweight, and he put a time frame on it. But this so-called smaller man, this middleweight that he keeps on saying that should be an easy fight, all of a sudden. There's
It can't get
there's a
made. It's
barrier
weird.
in making the fight
It
happen.
is
And
weird.
So
Usyk
to
is
me-
not demanding crazy things in these
Bro,
fights.
Usyk is known for we see Usyk fighting everyone's back garden.
Yeah.
Like for Tony Bellew, for AJ, came to Spurs. There's never an excuse with Usyk. I don't think Usyk gives off the impression to any of us that he is a man who's scared to fight anyone.
Absolutely.
He makes every fight in record time.
There we go.
So for him, the common denominator in all of this fuckery is Tyson Fury.
But it's Tyson Fury wanting money. That's what we have to understand. It's not. He's not afraid. That's one thing we've learned about him.
No, it's not about
afraid.
fear. It's about
money.
risk versus reward. That's what I'm trying to get to. It's like, I think that Tyson Fury wants easy fights for big money, and he doesn't want to take the harder fights unless the money is ridiculous. And that's why he notoriously now, aside from Deontay Wilder, is fighting guys who he knows he's going to beat easily.
I think it's the money.
It's difficult because at the end of the day, I personally love Tyson Fury now. I wasn't a fan. If you pre his mental health, I wasn't actually a fan of him.
There's stuff
But
saying mental health.
I know I mentioned it, but he did. He did actually turn me around at that point in time, and I become a fan. And especially when he moved to the Krong gym, I seen him bringing the power to the game, and I started to really respect him as a rounded athlete, like a rounded fighter. But unfortunately, he always talks about, I'll fight for free, I'll fight anyone. And all of a sudden, now he's putting all these different barriers and making this fight.
right.
So to me, you can't be one thing and then all of a sudden be saying this. So that's... You can't
I also think that sometimes we have these old visions of a fighter, right? And we don't let it change. Even though no matter what they show us, we still say the old things. Like they say, oh, he moves like a middleweight. He doesn't move like a middleweight.
Anymore.
He moves well for a guy who is 6'9" and 270 pounds.
Yeah.
He doesn't move anywhere near as fast as
Oh,
Usyk.
it's not like the Klitschko version of
That's what
Tyson
I'm-
Fury.
yeah, that's
at
gone
all.
now.
Yeah.
That
man was 2.5 stone lighter then, right?
That's what I'm saying. And now he's sitting down on his punches. He actually believes in his power. So we don't know what this looks like against an
Bro,
Usyk who is.
I think that Usyk fight, like let's just say, to go with you on that. The thing about Usyk is, do you think Tyson Fury is faster than Anthony Joshua now? 18 stone Anthony Joshua, 20 stone Tyson Fury. Do you think that? Because
I think Tyson Fury's ring IQ is way.
No.
ahead.
I'm just asking.
He's not
about
faster.
speed.
He's not faster, but he doesn't need.
But
I don't think he
the
needs
reason
it.
I'm speaking about that is because if I think there's one thing that really fucked with AJ as an 18 stone fighter is the speed of Usyk.
Yeah.
The reason being is because Usyk can keep that speed up for 12 solid rounds.
Yeah.
And what the thing that fucked with AJ on a confidence level is, Usyk was bagging rounds. He's just getting in there, doing just enough, bag around. Before you know it, you're like, fuck me, I'm 3 rounds down. I'm only just getting into the fight. And he steals 3 at the start. He steals 3 at the end. So if you aren't taking him out in the middle of that fight, you're fucked, mate. So I think the thing that we haven't seen is Tyson Fury in a race with another fighter where it's like, oh shit, he's getting rounds in here, and I might have to take him out. And I just don't think Fury wants that kind of problem.
I think Fury is one fighter that, and I'm not a Fury fan at all. One thing we can say about Fury, at all. But one thing we can say about Fury, when he's in the ring, he knows what's required.
Yep.
Now, AJ, I'm a big fan of AJ. He needs to be told sometimes. Whereas Fury, in the middle of the ring, can realize, oh, this is what I need to do, and get it done. Now, we don't know what he sees when he gets in there with Usyk and what that performance becomes. Because at the end of the round, the first fight with Wilder, he gets up from a knockdown. He's like, I know how to beat you now.
Okay.
I'm going to come straight forward and I'm going to win the rest of this round. Next fight, absolute chaos.
Otto
I'm battering you.
Wallen, remember the urgency. Remember the feeling of he's fucking cut here and he's lost a fucking few rounds. He better get this done. He better see this out. What if that cut gets to, like, there was an urgency about the fight that we've not seen before. And I just think that level of pressure, it's different from worrying about Wilder having one punch to put you down.
Yeah.
He knew, aside from the punches that hurt me, I'm winning every round. He doesn't have that confidence against the Usyk. And I'm just saying that I don't think he's willing to make this fight unless you pay him too much money to say no.
Yeah.
And that's where this really does lie. It's similar to Tommy Fury.
I think, honestly, if you told me there's a fight that he was avoiding, he didn't want to fight him for fear of what it could look like, it's AJ. That's the only fight where I say that he probably wouldn't want to fight.
What in terms of attributes?
That's the only fight.
In terms of attributes, do you give AJ more attributes over Fury than you do Usyk?
No, because it's what you lose. It's what you lose in terms of public perception, and this is what I'm talking. It's why Khan didn't want to fight Kell Brook.
Yeah,
I'm not fighting you. I'll fight everyone. I'll even do the heroic. Go up and fight Canelo, which is insane.
Yeah, they had some personal beef, but I think styles make fights, and I think that's the Usyk problem.
Agreed. But then sometimes the issue is it's almost a loss to you makes me look bad. I think in this Usyk one, he knows deep down, he's like, I can pressure you. My power will get me through this fight. I can lean on you. And while I believe that Usyk has a very good boxing IQ, he measures the distance very quick, downloads the data, round 1, round 2. He knows exactly what he needs to do in terms of staying in range. I think a fighter like Fury offers him the jab that Fury's going to work off the jab, which we know he's got he's got a really nice good jab, and then he does cut the distance and he will lean on you, take a lot of energy out of you. Saps, he will just, it's not getting to points. He will knock him out. That's for sure.
But everything you're saying, I kind of agree to an extent.
Yeah.
But why? The point is, why is he making it so difficult to sign the dotted line?
Because I've told you because I've told the British public that I care about I told the British public that I'm for you guys. Now we're gonna have a record. I promise you,
the pay-per-view.
£40 plus.
Okay, let me
gonna
question
be the price.
Record.
If this fight doesn't happen, are you willing to accept
I will.
that it's Tyson Fury's fault?
I will, and I call
100%.
him a total fraud. Listen, we don't hold back.
If both of those don't fight,
total fraud.
I'll be coming
he's gonna
collect.
fight AJ.
But I say that because I just think that Usyk, when I look at the fury that showed up against Chisora and Dillian White, who was a little bit slower than I'd seen him before.
There we go.
I was not impressed with him in either of those fights. They were sitting ducks, and he made the most out of them. And I'm thinking, if that little Energizer fucking bunny and Usyk gets in there, you call him the bunny rabbit, he's an Energizer one, he will be at you from the fucking word go, and he'll be stealing rounds. And all of a sudden, your corner are like, fuck, we got to fucking get this guy out of here. You can't win a decision against Usyk, in my opinion. He is going to bank the rounds that he is going to do to you what you did to Deontay Wilder. You have to end him.
This is why I question, is it that... I question whether Fury still wants it. I just feel like he's losing a bit of drive for the sport.
I think that's why he's acting like a dickhead against, on the interview with me. I think that Fury is not the Fury who came in back into the boxing world all humble and I'm sorry. And I think that's the Fury. I've won everything, I've got my place, and I don't have to answer to anyone. He's in that state of mind.
As a man that's unbeaten, you think about how much he's not loved. It's a problem. He has a brand problem also.